Hi everyone, I wanted to firstly say that this video is sponsored by Squarespace, and then I want to thank you all so much for having supported them so well. That's why we keep going. But yeah, let's get into the video and I'll talk about them very soon. Hi everyone, as we get closer to autumn, this horrible thing happens that horses start to grow a coat. And especially with grey horses, and one of my grey horses, Sereno, he has a very delicate coat and it suffers a lot from moisture being trapped into it. He gets a lot of mud fever, things like that. So his coat's actually not super long as of yet, but we have a lot of rainy, wet weather coming up. So I'm gonna be clipping him today to make sure we avoid these kind of health issues. I've never clipped a horse of this size. I've never clipped Chase. So I've never clipped a horse of this size. We're gonna see how it goes. I know he's quite chilled. I gave him a wash this morning because he was extremely dirty. I'm hoping with the clipping it'll also help keep him a bit cleaner, because he's really just been head to toe mud every single day, and now that I'm riding it makes it kind of difficult. So I'm gonna do the best job at giving him a little makeover. I'll teach you guys a trick also on how to deal with really thick manes like this. Because with him I have it quite short, but I have a little trick I do to try and get away with making it look a little bit nicer, because it being so thick is a challenge. Let me show you guys what he's looking like. He's actually having dinner right now, so we're gonna let him finish, and then after that we're gonna start. But let me swing him around. This is what he looks like. His body's looking quite good. Let me show you his coat. It's not super long. It's actually not it's not super long. It's actually not long at all. But it is growing, and it's just gonna help me a little bit with the coming weather, especially because usually I always clip the legs. Like, he has his legs clipped full time, and I was like, you know what, let's just clip the whole thing. It's just gonna make it easier to keep him clean. But as you can see, like, it's not really long at all, the coat. I wouldn't call it like a winter coat. It's fluffy, it's getting a little bit more wintry. But yeah, we're just gonna try and see if this helps. I know the previous owners kept him clipped 24/7 to try and also avoid that issue. So we're gonna see how it goes today. This is what he looks like on the other side. And I'm also gonna be dealing with that mane because it's a lot and it needs help. So let's get him out and let's start the clipping. What do you think, bud? Yeah? You kept yourself quite clean for today. Yeah. I'm probably just being crazy because the coat is very thin, but I'm just gonna try because, you know, if it even helps a little, great. That's all we're here for. So let me grab the clippers. I'm gonna start first here. Maybe I should start lower in case it looks terrible. Okay, let me grab the clippers. So I want to check how Sereno does first with the clippers on, because I've never clipped him. Okay, he seems to be okay. So let's do the first cut and see what that looks like. Okay, so it does make a slight difference. At one point I was like, it's probably not even gonna make a difference at all. So I'm gonna go ahead, keep going. I think we're on the right track here. Yeah, I don't know how long this is gonna take me, but I'm gonna give it my best shot, but that should hopefully help a little, I think. Let's see, we'll see how we go. It's going good, but it's not like super thick, so it's just a bit challenging. But I think it will help overall.
It feels nice and it looks nice.
With everything. I'm just going a little bit everywhere still, but it's yeah, it's just hard because it's not that thick.
Is it thinner than you thought?
Yeah. But yeah.
You can also not really stop now.
No, it's too late now, isn't it? Now we're gonna keep going.
What are you riding on his back?
Nothing. Rude. Do you mind lowering his head so I can just get this bit?
That's okay.
Do you think they sedated him for his head?
I don't know.
He doesn't seem to love it around the head. Oh my god, I'm already over it.
Is it only one side?
What would this all have done? Those are getting hot.
Well, good luck.
Well, I can leave the belly because, well, I don't have to do it because you don't see it.
You can do this hunting pattern or something.
It's too late. It's all gone.
Not on the other side.
Yes, so why did I do this? This is a terrible idea.
We're still in summer.
Yeah, but you know how he is with his skin.
The face of regret.
Yeah. I don't know why there's so many lines also.
Probably because of the thick coat as well.
I was just trying to do something nice for him because I had to clip all the legs and I was like, might as well clip the whole body so he can stay cleaner. The skin can have more air, it can dry quicker, we don't get any problems with the skin.
But if you just keep going, we'll be done in an hour.
Yeah, but I can't because I don't know why these crappy things are overheating. It's overheated. I just started. Okay, things are not going to plan because Sereno doesn't love the clippers close to his head, which is a bit difficult. I don't know why, I just thought he would be okay with it because he's kind of chilled with everything, but apparently not with that, which is fine. Also, this ran out of battery and the charger's at home, which is freaking annoying because I'm gonna have to do the stuff close to his head. Gonna have to do the stuff close to his head with that. I'm honestly so over it. Okay, let's have a look. So, you guys can see that we need to just do all of this bit here with this small clipper so I can do it properly. That's what the body looks like. It doesn't actually look that bad, to be honest. I mean, it's definitely doing something. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but if I zoom in, you should be able to see what it's doing right there. I was stupid because I could have just left it. I was like, maybe it just helps him a little bit. But now I've got to finish it and follow through, which will be fine. But I don't know if I'm gonna have to like come back and, well, I can't even come. I'm flying tomorrow out to Germany, so I can't even do it then. I'm just gonna get as far as I can with these clippers, and then I'm gonna have to try and finish the rest with these another time. But let's see.
So, do you want to play Frozen? Can you turn around? Top of your head.
I want to play in Get Me Home. That's what I want to play in.
You're being such a good boy.
Yes, it's been sweet. It's been helping. There's only so far you can get with these goddamn things. But I guess we're getting somewhere. No?
Yes. It tickles him.
Trying to get rid of the lines.
Take some time.
It's impossible. We have kind of ended up finishing most of Sereno. There's a lot of like small little details I still have to come and finish. It's gonna have to be another day because today we don't have any time left, and then for the next 2 days I'm away. So when I come back, the first thing I'm gonna do is come to the airport straight here and finish it. Let me show you guys what it looks like. You can come on this side. I don't think it looks bad. Like, it definitely has a few little lines and things that will go within a week. But overall, it's not bad. The coat is a nice length now that I think will help keep him cleaner. It'll be easier to deal with washing and stuff after my rides. And for the legs, it'll definitely help with the mud fever. So yeah, gotta finish a few things still. But for now, I'm gonna put him away. I gave him a brush and got rid of all the loose hair. I'm gonna put him away now, and then we're gonna pick up again in a few days. So I wanted to take a moment to talk about Squarespace because Squarespace is a huge website builder. Now, you don't have to have any coding knowledge, you don't need to have any expertise with building websites. Squarespace does it all for you. It presents you with hundreds of different templates that you can pick from. There's a huge range in there, even to just start getting ideas and start getting an understanding of the look and feel you want to have for your website. That's definitely why I decided to go with Squarespace. I wanted something that already had that look and feel that I was going for without me having to build the whole thing. And then additionally on top of that, I could go in and customize everything I wanted. So if there was a template that had the exact look I wanted, but I wanted to make an alteration to or change something, I could still do that. Squarespace is also amazing for me because I travel all the time. I need to be able to go into the website and make changes from my phone, which I'm able to do on Squarespace, whether that is changing the stock list or changing photos, descriptions, adding stuff. I can do that very easily. If you guys are interested, I do have a special code, and it's www.squarespace.com/MattHarnacke, and with this you'll be able to receive 10% off your first purchase of a domain or website. Thank you again so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and now back to Sereno. Okay, we're back. It's been 2 days since I went to Munich in Germany. I've come back to seeing what I've done, and I have to say I didn't get everything on video because I was so freaking frustrated, and yes, it was very nice, and he actually joined me and helped me get everything done because I was on a bit of a time crunch. But I have to say, come around this side. The clip, he's a bit dirty now, but the clip actually came out really good. All of his legs, everything is clipped now. And I only clipped half his face and I blended the rest, but I think it came out pretty good. It's helped him so far stay clean. All his legs are drying much quicker. So on that front, it went really well. It was a hellhole because the coat was not really that long, but on the bits like the neck and the stomach, it was definitely long enough, and it's made a difference also in how much he's sweating, which is helping me a lot. Now, since this is done, all the clipping is now finished. I'm happy with it. I'm gonna show you guys, why are we getting so close? I'm gonna show you guys how I thin his mane because he's got such a thick mane. Let's go around this side. Let me show you guys, and yes, I need to get on this. But look at how thick it is. If you look at the bridle path, you can see how deep it goes and how thick it is as well. So I'm gonna teach you guys a little technique that we're gonna be taking the mane shorter again. But I'm going to teach you how to do that in a way that you can have it thin and it's not kind of standing upright and looking really chunky and weird. So, the makeover continues. Let's do the first bit. So, what I use for this is 3 things. I have this device, which is kind of like a hair pulling device. You can also clip into it, which I'll show you guys how that could work as well. But step number 1 is separating the hair, because you don't want to be pulling or trimming the front hair because you want all of those hairs to be at the same length. So we're going to leave these in here. But step number 1 is, if you want to see from the top, is I divide the mane. So I grab a decent chunk of hair that's going to be covering the hair underneath, and I pop it to the other side. Okay? And then I just run down. I try and keep it obviously as even as possible. That can stay actually. I try and keep it as even as possible. And then I'm gonna do this all the way down the mane. I do this all the way down the mane, and the only bit of the mane we're gonna be thinning is this side. This side will stay thick and the same length. That way we don't have some short hairs and some long hairs. It's all gonna be the same length. Some people will actually do is that they'll go ahead and actually just clip everything right off. I think that's a bit too extreme because then you've got to kind of keep up with the maintenance of always clipping it, so that's not really what I like, but I'll be using the clippers a little bit later. But with this tool, I don't know where you can actually buy because I got given it, but I'm sure it's out there. It looks like this, it's got these spikes. It doesn't hurt them, but you just run it down and it will kind of randomly pull out, and well, it'll randomly break pieces along the way down. So then you just start to thin the whole area. And as you can see, Sereno is not upset by it at all. But I'm just gonna start at random, kind of hacking away at it. But if you come in closer, you can see that the hairs are kind of breaking at all different points, which gives you a good thinness, but that's why you don't want to do it at the top. You want to kind of do the undermane bit with this. And as I said, you can take your time with it. You can do this over a couple of days. You don't have to do it all in one day. But Sereno's used to it now. He's had it done a lot. He's got a lot of hair. So as we do this, we can start to even see that the hair is laying more flat and it's getting thinner already. So you don't even have to do it so much sometimes. But today I'm gonna go in a little because I really want to try and start to get this hair thinner. As you can see on the ground, we are getting somewhere. So now if I comb out the hair, you can see there's still some hairs coming out, and they'll keep coming out for the next couple of days because there'll be some hairs that are in there that are stuck. But you can see it's much thinner now, right? So what I'm gonna do is I flip the hair all over, so you can see there's still a lot of hair. And now I'm gonna give it all a brush through and see if I've kind of reached my desired thinness. So you can see
you have massive hair on your head.
Oh, but you can see that looks way better, right? And it sits a lot more flat. For me, it's still maybe a little bit thick, but what we're gonna do is I do want Sereno to still have some mane. Down here, it's very good. This is a good thickness. Here, it's still a bit thick. So just take all your anger out on it, really. Good boy. But obviously, just stay vigilant. If your horse is getting upset by the sound or the sensation, because it does pull a little bit, then you can just slow it down or stop, whatever you like. But I am determined to get this mane looking a little bit more presentable. And this is also a good tip, like if you have to go to competitions and rosettes, which I hope soon that'll be my future, then you do want to kind of thin it out, otherwise it's impossible. And that was Emporio. Clip it now.
This doesn't look like there's much hair left.
The
big reveal.
The whole point is to thin it, Steve. Look, that looks way better. See?
Yeah.
And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut it straight to the length we want. Okay? This is still a lot of hair. Okay. So I've got my clippers. I always like cutting thick manes with clippers because I think it makes it a lot better. Well, it just gives you a bit of a better cut. So I'm just gonna go.
Wow. You Marco style.
I'm just gonna go along the whole mane and give it all a bit of a cut like this. It's just easier. And then. Okay, so we're at the final stages now where it's just a few finishing touches. So now is where I like to bring the scissors out and then start to do a little bit of like evening out. I kind of like to get everything a little bit the same length, and then I go in with the scissors and start to like cut in. I went a little bit too short here, so I've got a bit of a long patch. I'm gonna try and just cut this all back a little bit. And yeah, so we just cut up into the hair like this.
Oh my.
And then you can thin it, but bring up the length as well a little bit. Okay, I just finished everything. I think Sereno looks so much better now. The clipping really accentuates all his muscles. It's nice and short. I can keep him clean. I can keep that freaking mud fever away, which is awful. The mane came up really good. It's a little bit shorter up here than I'd like, but his hair grows super fast. So in like 1 week, that'll already kind of be where I want it to be, and then I'm gonna even it out even more. But overall, it's much better to deal with on an everyday basis, keeping it clean, even rosetting it for some future stuff that's coming up. But yeah, I'm really happy. I'm gonna give him a wash tonight with shampoo, get him really clean, and then tomorrow I'm gonna come out here and show you guys what he looks like in the sunshine when he's all stood up looking amazing. So yeah, I will see you guys tomorrow for the final reveal. Okay, it's the next day. He's all cleaned, and I have to say, he looks amazing. He looks $1 million. He is clean. I'm really happy with how the mane came out and the thickness. He's got a great shine after the clipping, which is why I also kind of like to clip early, even though this was really early. And his whole body, everything, he's looking amazing. So I think this was a successful kind of makeover. Let me show you guys the other side. I'm actually super surprised at the clip because it was full of lines, but in just a couple of days it's completely cleaned out, and I think he looks super slick. I think he looks really good. And the shine, he is so much easier now to keep clean, which is gonna just save me so much time every single day. So I hope there was something in there for you guys that was interesting. I hope you learned something when it comes to dealing with thick manes as well. I do want to give you guys again another really quick update on how the leg is going. It's still swollen, it's still big. It's something that's gonna take time with the work, and it will never fully go down, but I'm hoping it'll go down to at least somewhere over there. And I do want to give a huge thank you to the 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒆𝒚. I'm gonna have them linked below. It's the clinic that helped me throughout this whole process. We're getting another checkup again in 1 week with another ultrasound to make sure everything's okay. I have been walking him and it's been going great, but I hope I get the okay to start trotting and then soon cantering. And then I think the only thing to do left after that is start to compete a little. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you guys on the next video. Bye bye.